car parts. I think everything in here is car parts. Alright, so in here, I'm just gonna bring this to me. Planted. So we'll get a better look at that later when I actually install it. This was all from SubiSpeed. They have PayPal now, which they probably had it for a long time, but whatever. Really? They put all this in there for these? They could have put this in that box. They really could have put this in this box over here. They could have put this underneath that in this box. Alright, and there's one more box. Alright. Favorite thing I ordered, saves me from editing later, is a bucket. I basically got this and this just to make it 140 so I'd have free shipping and the discount. It ended up making it less than 140, but whatever. It's cool because they had a deal and I was ready to purchase. So yeah, I'll be using this almost immediately. All right, that's all from SubiSpeed. The next stuff comes from eBay. Yeah, they had a rough ride, but it made it safely. You can grab it by the openings. Oh, okay, that's a little heavier than I thought. Yeah, that's fine. So here's one of the seats. Yes, I found the left one. Good. That means I don't have to do anything else. Whew. Oh, it's hot. It's hot, y'all. All right, you know what seat this is because you searched for this video or you're just subscribed. Thank you. But it is NRG Innovations. It comes in a pair. This is the left one, the only one I really need because that's the only seat I need to replace. It feels okay. Hopefully it'll support me better than stock seat because the stock seat's terrible. Oh gosh, it's really bad. But hopefully this is big enough. I did all the measurements, so it should be good to go. There's a piece of paper in here. Oh, you can't see it. Right over there. I'm gonna try and get to that piece of paper. Anyway. Yeah, so that's NRG, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so let me take that upstairs. I forgot this. This also came with the rails. So inside here are the rails. Here, you want to preview? Yeah, you'll see them later. And you might be able to see, but there's nothing else in there. Just darkness. Or shadows, I should say. Shadows. The other side has the same thing, except for the right side, which, again, I don't need. So I'm here with no instructions at all. First thing I noticed was this part fitting in these two like notches. So there's two holes here, two notches on each of these. So you put down each notch. So now you know which way is up and down. That goes upward. So I got that much at least. Now I'm gonna see if I can get the rails to go forward so I could install each part. They gave me 8 of these, 8 of those, but only 4 of those. So I don't even know. All right, so first thing you need to know without instructions, this pushes down. So it's gonna do that on both sides, of course. So if you wanna move this rail, you need to push this down. Be careful, I'm gonna try it now. Here we go. All right, so you push it down and you push it from the back and it'll go forward. Oh, as far as it goes. All right, so there you go. Now I should be able to do a little something. I'm trying to put it on the back of this. All right, on this particular seat, that hole and that hole, looks like that hole, let's see. Yep, that one. Those are the closest holes, so those are gonna be the holes you're gonna use. All right, so after you extend it and put that one in there, see I have it on there, you'll be able to tract it again and then you'll be able to see the other hole through here. There's no way to put the washers in between here, so you have to put it at the bottom. You could use 2. I'm only gonna use 1. Hopefully I don't regret that. So apparently not only can you extend it this way, you can also extend it the other way. So go ahead and pull it up and send it the other way and then put those 2 where they belong. So I'm gonna flip that around and hope that it's right where it needs to be. Let me okay, see, this one's right, but that one's off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out, but I'm gonna do that one. Make sure you put that on, lift it each side, you know, make sure you put that on there, and then do the same thing there. And I used 4 of the 8 that I had, and now I gotta put it on here. Okay, there. I don't know if you'll be able to tell from this view, but let's see. There's 4, well, there's 3 holes, and yeah, that one there, and there's only this opening, that opening, and that opening, and they do not work no matter where I line them up. Yeah, this $140 planted will not work on this seat. I don't even know how I'm gonna torque the seat out in the car. Those 4 at the bottom, I don't even know how I'm gonna do that. So, all right, things are going good. 14 millimeter, that's one thing. You're gonna need some torque of some kind, so I was using this. I'm getting these off. If you look closely, there's a tab right there. Make sure you push that in for that tab. Yeah, both of them have that. And other than that, all I gotta do is take the seat out, which it's pushed up as you can see, and then I'm gonna bring it around like that. Oh, and here's the bolts, front, back. Yours will probably look different. I don't know why these were different. I thought they'd all be the same, but whatever, it's fine. All right, a few things. 1, don't forget to vacuum. This is your chance to vacuum. 2, you got the airbag sensor, which I got some things to put in there so it'll bypass it. You got the seatbelt thingy. Make sure you take it off the other seat. And yeah, vacuum. I think that was the most important thing. Oh, taking it out, I got something in the trunk that I covered up this area just in case. The seat is real heavy at the bottom, so be prepared to lift. And what was the other thing? It's easy to get out of the front door. Like, you see how much space I have right here, and I was able to get it right on out and lift it way over there. So those are some tips that you keep in mind if you're by yourself like I am. It's hot, y'all, so listen carefully. I'm just going to try and figure out if I can just put that seat on here. If I cannot, I'm gonna have to put this right back in the car, but I'm gonna try and fix it since it's out of the car. All right, so I drilled 1 hole. I need a bigger bit, but that's the biggest one I have, so I'm gonna have to finish it off with that somehow. Wish me luck. So this is what I got. This will help me drill out a proper size hole this time. So this was my test hole, and it is too far up, and that one's too far something, so I'll fix that. All right, have a look. See the difference between the first hole and the second one? And let's flip it around, and first hole, second one. Whole lot easier, whole lot cleaner. All right, now I gotta mount it. I did it, it's done. Each point is on there, and it should be straight now. The front, you have to make sure it's, you know, balanced with the other. You'll be able to tell by the amount of space you have on either side, which this is a little less than that one. So I might want to adjust that. Now that these are in there, and again, back here you can adjust forward and back, which they are even. So hopefully everything's straight, and I'll be able to put this in the car tomorrow. All right, listen closely. The bottom of this has a little part right there that holds it in place. So all you need to do is lift that part, and I even bent this up so I could see it better. So all you gotta do is just grab that piece, pull it up, which I used my needle pliers here, and just lifted it over, and it slid right off. And now I can take this out. Nope, can't do it with one hand. Did you ever wonder how the lift mechanism on the manual seat works? Well, there's this thing right here, and it rotates. I'm gonna go ahead and do it since I'm using it. And it rotates and pushes it up. Looks like an e-brake thing. Anyway, lift that up, and then you'll be able to get this out of there, no problem. One more thing, when you're on your way to Lowe's or wherever to get your parts, make sure you get a part for that seatbelt, because it's not the same size as the mounts for the seat at the bottom. So don't try and do what I tried to do. So make sure you get the seatbelt seat situated. Well, thanks to not having any instructions, I think I put this on upside down. If you see what I did, then good for you. If you didn't, that's okay, because you're not even going to be watching this part anyway. Yeah, so make sure you have it the right direction. That way that fits perfectly and you don't have to drill any holes for my application if it's the top one here and the bottom one down there. So don't do like I do and take 2 days to do a 1-day project. All right, after taking everything apart, basically, I had to take everything apart just to get it tight and in the right position. So I had to take this out and, you know, flip everything over. And then since I flipped everything over, everything went through these holes, so I didn't have to, you know, do all that. And then I had to make sure it was lined up straight, because if it's not lined up straight, you can't get some of the screws in the seat. So I had to undo the seat from this and the rails in order to get everything tightened on there. So now everything's on there just right. So now all I need to do is go put the seat back in the car and do the airbag thing, and then that's it. All right, before I start the car, I looked at the factory seats plug, and then I looked at this one. There's only 2, you see 4, and then there's like 4 below it, but the factory plug had 2 at the top there. So I plugged up the resistor there. So hopefully that works and nothing strange happens. All right, so I'm gonna start it up for the first time. Airbag light went off. I just want to make a note that I never unplugged the battery. So it took me 2 days, you know, so it got too dark and didn't want to go through all that. But didn't unplug the battery and plug up the 2 things, installed the seat, and it's not too low. This is a little lower than stock at its lowest height, but it's all good. So let me go get my stuff. If you have everything you need, you don't have to worry about this, but I actually drove a short distance, very short distance, and I didn't even put these all the way in. Made it where I can undo them with my hand. That way I don't have to have my tools at the time. You might not be able to pull this off, but of course I did. All right, so now I'm gonna take the seat out one more time to put this thing on, and then use these parts, and then try and lift the seat up just a little bit more, and then I am done. All right, so you're gonna need whatever size you get. Remember, it can't be too big because this opening on the planted is not that big, so don't get anything too big. This is a 7/16, and I bought a half as well, so I'm thinking both of those will work. Anything bigger than that probably won't fit. So let me do the washer. I forgot the washer. All right, of course, this one's a 14. The inside one for my case is a 16 millimeters, so I don't have that, so I had to use ingenuity. There you go. All right, there we go. It is on there. So now I gotta wire everything, get it looking nice, and then I'm done. All right, since there's no awesome solution to raising very low racing seats, this is what I did. I took the length of this, and then I said, hey, how many washers can I fit? And I got 3 of these, and then the one that came with it. And so it looks like that now. So that's less dangerous than trying to extend it here and raising this part up. So I raised it up there. Every little bit counts, I guess. We'll see. Okay, I don't feel like running upstairs for a zip tie, so I just kind of did that, and it's just gonna go right over about there and then connect somewhere down there. Well, maybe like that. I don't know. As long as it doesn't conflict with anything, it'll be fine. But yeah, look at that. It's gonna go in there. All right, one more thing, and I think this is the last thing, and this is something you should keep in mind before you start. Do you want these here anymore? Because they come out pretty easily. I can see that it's just a little tab thing, and they're just poked in the hole in the car there. But what I did was I just threw them to the side here. Since I already put the seat in, I'm not doing it again. So there you go. You can just push those to the side, since you know, if you have an aftermarket one, these aren't going to work with that. So just throw them to the side and it'll hold it down, and they don't move. We'll see if they move when I drive. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's take a look at all that hard work. 2 days worth of hard work. Alright, and that is it. Hopefully this was helpful to you. It had a bunch of good information, and hopefully I upload it in a timely manner. I'm gonna have to get different carpets to cover that up. I wasn't recording. Alright, so I pushed it down. This is not easy because, okay. You push it down, retract it again, and then you can see the other hole. You'll be able to Oh, I wasn't even recording. Okay, so it's hot, y'all, so listen carefully. 29. All right, they are even. So hopefully everything's straight, and I'll be able to put this into how the lift mechanism on the manuals, the manual seat works. You can't see that. I can't. I'm looking through the viewfinder, and I can't see. There we go. I had to take